No, you need to do it during the meeting, yeah, just change the top for you, just so they can take it.
Okay,
Because they're gonna set a public hearing on it once they receive it.
okay.
Sounds good. In order?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, that's perfect, yeah, her letter can be as supportive. And we'll still have an opportunity to, what we'll do is we'll incorporate this into the record next month. And so you'll have an opportunity to add additional stuff, but this will all be in the record, you haven't got to like resubmit, like retestify or whatever you did the last.
Okay.
When you're ready, just give it time.
Ready when you are.
Sounds good. Okay, sorry, I didn't have it all.
No, that's okay. Like I said, we want to defuse the confusion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all good.
I don't believe I would have advised to not do that. I don't believe it.
Gave me a reason to drive out here tonight.
You gotta show me.
Maybe go stop by the lake.
So, this paperwork, the new paperwork ready. Everybody's gonna need a copy if you don't have this copy of the information we gave us before.
It's, but I don't think I ever. would have done this.
I just took all my stuff off.
Education things.
Pretty good thing.
And it's, so we'll need to have that for the next meeting in two parts. We're getting deemed the application complete and
I
then.
haven't looked.
I don't think.
Well, sometimes it gets to be a lot.
So that's stuff to give us the last time.
Yep.
Right, so
That's not it.
that.
I think
Shouldn't have to resubmit unless you have something new.
They have to go back.
Yeah, I think some of the stuff you had last time though was from the general
Forget him.
building permit that we had submitted, like the drawings. So I don't think those are relevant to this, right?
No, they are.
Okay.
It was whatever that you had submitted. By email
Think the,
for the building permit, because the building permit does
Yeah.
have to be part of. That's what being.
gotcha,
Yeah,
okay.
and I do have the thing at home. Well, a lot of times I get so much stuff in
I think the only thing pertinent to that is, and I'm not trying to confuse it, part of the discussion that she has in here would modify what that initial building permit I gave
Okay.
you was, so I just don't want
Which
to
is fine.
confuse it. Okay,
So what'll happen is I will, at the next meeting, whatever you turn in tonight, I'll make copies for.
Okay.
For everybody for the.
And
next
this-
Yeah,
what we'll
we got
use.
duplicates, that's
this
okay.
is what I'll use. Okay,
Okay.
that's,
So you understand that this is for use variance?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page on
Yeah.
that. Okay, so this is,
that's.
yes, yeah, that's not technically a rehearing, but this is a hearing on a different variance. Okay. So I vote we allow the hearing to take place on the use variance next month,
I'll
second it.
It's July 8th.
July 8th. All in favor? Okay, so we'll be about to sign, send out the notices. And this is for you, Joe.
I think that's it for school.
Should be all set.
Okay,
You're on the calendar for next month. July. Yep.
July 8th. 7:30.
Nice to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you, thanks. Yeah.
Okay, next on the agenda. Justin Calhoun, represented by Joseph Burke.
I don't know, Joe.
Is he live there?
Work is everybody's muted.
So how do we?
His name wouldn't be up there if he wasn't.
It's unmuted.
But I did.
Hello. All
There
right.
you go. He's there.
Addition to use for master bedroom. Just give a few minutes, Joe, just read over the documentation. You, I'll flip it going.
I'm not going to check. I'm not going, I'm just checking.
So this is down at the lake. Okay.
It's about patients. It's determined to come from anyway.
Joe gets back, we're gonna have some questions for him, Joe. Joe Miller. I'm up to denial of score.
Yeah, with it, structure not within the minimum setback.
Yeah, there looks like there's, I gotta make sure there's, it looks like there might be more, I'll find out. Additionally. And we'll get Joe back there for. What the.
Another document. Great.
Yeah, there's different coverages for depending on those standard non-conforming lot.
Yeah.
That's why Joe gets back there to explain what he had denied it for. I know the setback is 5 feet, so that's probably one time. See. The denial.
I didn't see the denial coming.
That's why I'm asking the question, because we gotta know what it's being denied for.
Said structure not within minimum.
Yeah, just, it's the only thing that's there. Variance right there, yeah.
That was in minimum setback, so the only thing is concerned about is the setback. That's why I want to ask him. Because he's got notes on stuff here, so. Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. That's what we're,
Yeah, but that's not this, I don't think this is the thing.
Okay.
Okay, so we're. Explain what the variance or the,
yeah, what
For
happened?
Mr.
yeah, what was
Turner.
denied for?
It's gonna be the distance from the road. Right of way, the property, or to the new structure. So if you look at,
So that is, which one of those? H, B, C, D, E is addition to the road 20 feet.
yeah, I put it on one of the,
And he's only got 15.92.
yes, so he's got 15.92, he needs 20.
Okay. Okay,
Which is like a 20, I think I put it on there, 25%.
right.
Ask for a variance,
That's why we're asking what you meant by that.
yeah.
That was,
So what
that
I,
was the first thing. So then the side is also. Is also a variance,
no,
correct?
the side's not a variance, because this is pre-existing non-conforming law.
Only requires 10.
Well, no, it's less than 10. It's 8% of the lot width.
Which is what?
But no more, so it can never be closer than 5 feet is what the code says. So it's 8% of the lot width, no more than 5 feet.
Okay, so what's the lot width?
I think I did it in one of these,
68 feet.
oh, it is 68 feet?
Looks like it upgraded to 67.9.
Okay, so then it does have to be.
No, that's the total line, never mind. Mistaken. 50. Lot width is 50.
49.93 feet?
Yeah, so it's gonna be, it'll be the 10. Because at 50 feet. It's still
So you said only 8% of the width,
yeah, that the.
but no less than 5?
Yes,
So 8%'s 4 feet.
That's not a variance.
Okay.
right, so that wouldn't be a variance, the variance would be the, and so.
This stuff.
In his variance application,
Math wrong when they came up with that code.
in his zoning board application, I don't know if I copied where I said C. C attached, because he had labeled the front of the house.
Yeah.
Lakeside or
The
something like
second,
that.
third page. Okay, the math is not,
Mathing.
Yeah.
is that supposed to be matching? or-
Mathing. Mathing. It
The
was-
math is not mathing.
And it was just it was me, because what he has here, like this distance, and then his structure, and then this distance didn't equal the lot width. So when I did it, that's what I came up with here. So he doesn't need it here, he just needs it on the front. Or sorry, this would be the back of the property. On these, the front is the lakeside.
Looking at measurement C.
So we're looking at,
Yes, this measurement here, the 15.93 needs to be 20.
oh.
And it's
Okay.
only 15, so he's asking for a variance for that distance.
About 25%
So we
between the
could
proposed addition
make
and
this-
Southwest Shores.
Okay.
Bedroom small.
Okay.
But he's at, it's only a 20, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to
Right,
justify.
no, that's
It's
all right.
it's a 25% ask for the,
Yeah, the variance is 25%, not
Right.
25 feet. He's asking for
Right.
5 feet
yeah, he's asking for five.
on the drive side.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Joe, you want to put an addition on their house?
Yes,
Okay. 10 by 20 feet, and one corner of it is 15 feet from the edge of the right of way or property line?
correct.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think so. I don't really think I need to take too much of your times tonight. Yeah, should just be a pretty straightforward addition for the cottage. Yeah, I don't really think I have any, unless you would like me to add anything. I think that's about all I really have.
Looks like there's a tree between the proposed building and Southwest Shores.
I would have to check the photos.
History.
Yeah, picture's kind of showing it.
I am not,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get too close to the tree. But there's a tree in the way there anyway.
That was my point.
Yep.
There's already a tree.
Yep, there's already something there. Yep.
Character goes.
Yep.
What were the dimensions for the addition?
10 by 20?
10 by 20?
Is there a reason why they need to go to 20 foot to get the variance?
No, the 20 doesn't affect the variance. doesn't
Right.
affect it.
Well, to the
The
road.
10 foot.
Or it's 10 foot?
Yeah, the
Okay,
10
all right.
feet.
I was thinking the
Yep,
sign, my bad.
no, the other way. That's okay.
I was thinking they could shorten it up a little bit with the 20, but that's the wrong
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and I did talk to him about that. They're trying to stay in that roof line.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, and it's already at the same distance.
It wouldn't be a significant difference.
These are the same lot, both sides of the road.
Right.
That's why we're okay in lot coverage.
Yes, because I figured the coverage for both sides, because he's got a small shed there that you can't see.
So just considering things going forward with the property, if we were to grant this variance. Easy thing to try to subdivide those, but it would require another variance to do, right?
To subdivide it?
Right. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
now we have a non-conforming lot on area coverage by a lot. For the
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
that the
and-
house is on.
The planning board's the plot. Yeah, they won't.
It would have to come back to us to subdivide it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this a year-round
I
residence?
really wanna see that. Use a lot that's connected
Mhm.
around that.
Did you hear that, Joe?
What was that?
Is this a year-round residence? Are they there year-round?
The goal is to be able to try to extend the season. They're both pushing towards retirement age and they would like to kind of spend more of their time down there. So we will, be insulating the new addition and everything of that nature and cleaning things up so that they can stay in colder temps.
Thank you.
And it's a master bedroom. I think that's what the permit said itself, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's gotta have the insulation from the new residence and everything.
Yeah, yeah. It would have to fall under the
Yeah.
current code.
Anybody else? Okay, so now the next part, just to avoid any confusion, there's two steps here. One, we vote to accept the application as it is. And then we'll actually vote on the variance. Okay, so you're gonna see two sets of votes here. All right,
Sounds good to me.
okay. So I get a motion to accept the application as it stands?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Need to vote?
Yep.
Ed?
All right, for an area variance. Whether the benefit can be achieved by other means feasible to the applicant. No, not really, because even if they moved it along the same side of the house, it's not gonna dramatically affect the distance. Undesirable change the neighborhood character of their properties, keeping the roof line in line is actually an improvement over that, looks a lot neater that way. Whether the request is substantial, 25%. I don't feel it is substantial, especially given the fact that there's already a tree there too. Whether the request will have adverse physical or environmental effects, no. And whether alleged difficulty is self-created, that's the least concerning of all of them. So I vote to approve the area variance.
Right, Linda? Okay, whether the benefit can be achieved by other means feasible to the applicant. I suppose it could, however, I think it's going to change what they want to do. You make it a smaller bedroom, that's not helpful. Whether an undesirable change in the neighborhood character or the nearby properties, I don't believe so. Whether the request is substantial, I believe it is. At 25%, that's pretty good amount. Whether the request will have adverse physical or environmental effects. No, I don't believe so. And whether the alleged difficulty is self-created, yes, of course it is. I vote no for the variance. Lauren?
Whether the benefit can be achieved by means feasible by other means feasible to the applicant. I think, yes, there could be some way. Undesirable change in the neighborhood character to nearby properties, no. Is the request substantial? No. Will the request have adverse physical or environmental impacts? No. Is the difficulty of the variance self-created? Yes. I vote to approve the variance.
Eric?
Whether benefit can be achieved by other means, feasible to the applicant, I would say yes. Undesirable change in the neighborhood, character of nearby properties, I would say no, I don't see any reason why that would change the character. Whether the request is substantial, I would say no. Whether the request will have adverse physical or environmental effects, I would also say no on that. And whether the alleged difficulty is self-created, I believe that all variances applications are self-created, basically, but I would vote to approve the variance.
Jesse?
Whether benefit can be achieved by other means feasible to the applicant, benefit is to increase square footage. There's really nowhere to do it without needing a variance. whether undesirable change in neighborhood character or its nearby properties will occur. No, it's gonna fit right in with everything else in the Lake District. Whether the request is substantial, 25% is fairly substantial. Yes. Whether the request will have adverse physical or environmental effects, no, any different than the other building. And whether the alleged difficulty is self-created, it is. Vote to approve variance.
So the variance has been carried
Yes, 4-1.
4-1. Okay. So you should be all set, Joe. You'll get a letter in the mail. Make sure and
Did we make a motion? Were we supposed to make a motion?
no, we already voted and approved it. That was.
Okay.
Yeah, so your next steps will be with my department, Joe, whenever you're ready.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Your acceptance letter.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody's time.
Yeah, the variance.
Thank you.
Approved area or he's part of the acceptance letter. You
Yeah.
send out.
Maybe we should specify that. Apparently.
Yeah, because I did that with, Sapporo. There's a use variance, area variance, and I did check off use.
Okay.
Use yourself. I'm right.
Yeah, so I know.
See, this is basically what we're.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
That's
It came up today and it's like, I've never seen the actual.
Yeah.
All right. I have to officially recuse myself from the vote on this as an official zoning board of appeals member. This is my application.
He's the agent.
Yes, I'm acting against the people. So I'm attempting to purchase a piece of property for my neighbor Deborah Pecora. Attempting to do a subdivision through the planning board because the barn that I paid to have put up in 2000 is over the property.
It's been up for 26 years.
No, it
No.
was 2021, not 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been up 6 years now.
Okay.
So I originally got a variance through the zoning board of appeals to build up to 24 inches away from the property, which is a right of way for the driveway. So that was originally approved. Then
Right of way on private property.
on private property. No, so it's not even a conforming lot because it's not 50 feet wide. It's supposed to be 50 foot for a private driveway, right?
Yes,
Well,
private
it
drive.
depends on, for right away, it depends on the era that these things are put in.
Right.
They
Yeah,
changed
that-
over time.
Yeah,
by a
yeah,
lot.
they changed, yeah,
Right, in 1983, when this was done,
it was, right,
it was way different back then.
yep, yep,
Just want to make you aware of that fact.
right, and that was for the well, that one.
No, that's, yeah, the well was in 83, but when did they split the properties up? Somewhere in that time frame, because Preston, the original well stuff, which we were talking about later,
That was in the 80s.
Preston
Yeah.
gave it to Gendra.
Yeah, that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was originally approved for a variance up to 2 foot away from the property line due to the top of the, the grade of my property and everything like that. The then code enforcement officer came down on the day that they finished digging holes because he wanted to measure all of the holes to make sure that they were deep enough. And part of my certificate of compliance on this barn had the variance type to it for 24 inches away from the property. He then measured from the center of the roadway to their string lines that they already had set up to where the poles were going to be for the barn. And he approved it there and said it was fine. They built the barn. Pecora now wants to sell her property. And in the midst of this, it's come to my attention that the barn is over the property line by about 3 feet. In one corner, the back corner is not as serious as the front.
Yeah, I remember the original variance, and when I saw the map, I go, that doesn't.
Yeah, so I am attempting to purchase 0.203 acres for a subdivision, so I can put my barn back into compliance without moving the barn. So the new variance that I'm asking for would be 4 feet 6 inches. So the barn would be 15 feet 6 inches away from the new
Oh,
property.
that's a 6, because I couldn't read that, I didn't know it was
It's
8
so
or,
small, I know.
yeah,
So, and the variance that I'm requesting, that's the furthest that it get, the barn is tilted a little bit, the back is
Yeah.
like 16 something, so the front is 15'6". So I'm asking for a variance of 4 feet 6 inches. On that front, and then
How'd you happen to come up with 19.5 feet on the width of the property? line?
because 30 feet of it legally has to be kept there with Deb's property for a hard packed surface road.
Yeah, when it comes to road pack, our town code has a model that's suggested. It's not technically code, but then when you look at the fire code, it is required.
Well, that's gonna be the property line.
Well, right, and technically, because he's putting in the deed that's gonna stay a right of way anyway.
Yeah, so I have to put in my deed that it has to stay as a right of way. Yeah, I believe the planning board's questions for me on that were if the property line changes and now it's all the way up to the road. The original variance allows me to build up to 24 inches away from the line.
That's not-
They were
that's-
worried about.
That's not otherwise.
They were worried about me
That's
going
been done.
up for.
That's already done, yeah.
That was for that building.
Right, so.
Yeah, they're wrong about that.
So now I'm just
Misunderstood what they
asking-
said because they can't, just because you get a 2 foot variance in
You
one
just keep
location,
doing
you
it.
can't.
Right, I mean, that's what
Yeah.
I would assume too.
No, you can't. That's,
Yeah.
because it goes by the permit. That's what drives it,
Right.
whether you need a variance or not.
Yeah.
So if you try to put an addition on this thing or build another building, you have to go through another, a whole nother process.
And I,
It doesn't automatically give you 2 feet from your property line, just any old place you want.
right.
That's not
And
correct.
you couldn't build there anyways, because it would be underneath the power line and it would be damn near to the driveway.
You'd be
You wouldn't
surprised if
be able
people
to-
could build.
I mean, I don't know if you need to
That-
get a
I
car.
just- Yeah, so I just wondered about that because you have to maintain the right of way.
No, yeah, so the variance I'm actually requesting is 4 feet 6 inches.
Okay,
Oh,
I just wondered where you came up with that odd number.
yeah, that was because of the 49.5 foot,
So
it would leave Deb with 30 feet. That still attaches to her property. And I'm attempting to purchase just that amount of,
Because technically you could have bought the whole thing.
there was something with the road frontages or something, correct?
Yeah,
With that property, there was something legally, I can't remember what it was now.
yeah, I don't remember
I
either.
couldn't remember what, I've been going through this since January.
Eric, this is you here, 9.26, is that you?
Yeah.
And she's back here?
Yeah, that's Deb's. Deb's is right here.
So,
But she also owns this lot, but it's a separate tax bill.
Yeah,
It's not with this one.
And
This
I'm-
one goes with the drive.
so on top of
Okay,
this,
so you're wanting to buy this one?
Just in front of my.
Piece right there.
You see where that little dotted line is?
Okay.
It says 19.5 feet.
That little dotted line is the present line,
so
and the
Okay.
red one would be the new. And there's telephone poles that go down through there, so I'm purchasing like up to my side of the telephone poles. So the telephone poles still stay with Deb's property along the.
If your property line can't
It's-
change the right of way.
Right, so my deed has to carry, so when I send in my final final maps and whatever else, if everything's approved. My deed has to change, so it gives everyone on the property the same right of way that is still
Yeah,
existing.
so what they generally do, and your well does it exactly how it's supposed to be. There's an easement agreement for your well.
Yeah.
That wasn't just a haphazard agreement. That was properly written and
Yeah, there's a
recorded.
deed and
There's a
everything.
lever, lever, I think it's 824, page 772.
Yeah,
When we looked this up and it says that, well, you're allowed to have that well there for perpetuity.
That's
Meaning
right.
no matter who owns that property that you're on now or any of the properties around it, they can't affect your well.
right, so we have
So
to
you have-
remove that variance, right?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay, so so you need to have the same kind of comment in your new deed to enforce that right away on there. And there should be a section in hers that refers to that. And all you have to do is refer yours to that, so you maintain that.
Right, right.
You
And then I
don't- you
think, I
don't have to worry
believe my
about-
deed says that I have access to the right of way for ingress and egress only.
So
Which will be basically the same thing her says, so I'll get with her and then we'll change. the
Yeah, so
deed
what
after
your,
that.
what your final one has to have is reference hers, which has all that, should have all that information in there.
Yeah, because everybody, there's 4 properties technically that
Yeah.
get that.
Because that'll state that these people are used that and it's.
Yeah, I was actually gonna purchase the whole thing because I thought it went with the other lot,
Yeah.
but it didn't go with the other lot.
Even if
So
you
that was
had,
something that I had to.
even if you had, you still have to keep that, because you would own the whole
Right, I
right
still
away.
have to keep that.
You still have to keep that same statement there because you can't force other people to landlocked.
Right.
And it's already written in there. And if it's written properly, which I'm willing to bet it is, if that right of way is for all these other lots forever.
Right.
You can't block it, anything like that.
Yeah.
So you just have to have a reference to wherever they've already written it. So you don't have to write it up as a separate thing for yours.
Right.
You need to reference however hers is. You know, just like you did with the well.
Right.
'Cause that's actually on her title.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the deed at home, the official one in the county. It was 1983, the precedents entered in.
Yeah, I read it.
For that. And I believe it was probably because you can't get a well truck in the property. You
Nineteen
gotta be like
seventy-four.
a Billy.
Yeah, I drove water wells in 73. Yeah, okay, so, I was just wondering why the odd size. So you're just trying to stay off that, which.
Yeah, so it's instead of, for myself to go through the hassle with paying lawyers' fees and having all of this resurveyed and all of this stuff, I just purchased as much property as I could. Because even if I just bought just enough for my variance to be correct, to be off the line, I still use part of that for parking. And it's Deborah's property. So I was just attempting to purchase the whole thing because that's where I park, like my trailer and my truck and whatever. So I'm
Okay.
using the property, but she's paying tax. So I would purchase the
Okay.
whole thing. and-
I mean, no, that makes sense, because I was just wondering
That's the reason, right?
where you
So-
came up with 19 and a half.
Right, like I didn't want to go just a 2 foot to get the variance because the line would still be going through where I
Yep.
park. You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna go through the whole
If she
process.
agrees that that's.
Well,
just like I
she
said,
agreed to just sign off on it, let me do that. But I said, we can't do that. We have to change the.
we could technically.
To compound the situation, the town hasn't designated Dragonfly as a private
Yeah.
drive. So,
But like I say, there will be someplace in there, and I haven't read
Yeah,
that one,
yeah.
that says that people have this right away. It's been designated in there someplace to show up in the survey.
correct, but also what he was talking about earlier, as far as not being able to buy all of it, because there's yard dimensions in zoning law, and yard dimensions are measured from the front, and the front has to be facing the private drive, the road. You know what I mean? So all of those properties on that drive have to have a frontage measurement of 50 feet in order to be considered a
Well, that
compliant.
wouldn't change that.
Well,
the road it would.
right, it wouldn't until Eric,
No,
right,
The whole process down there.
it wouldn't affect it unless Eric buys the whole property. Then Deb's property is a non-conforming lot because it doesn't have any frontage. You see what I mean?
okay,
Because then all of that property would be connected.
they're no longer flag lots.
Right.
But see, the middle one isn't, anyway, the middle one's legal, so hers would have been. In that argument.
If he bought it, well then,
Yeah, because the middle lot, if she owns that whole section, that makes her lot a flag lot. Right, there's a right of way, because they have to have the right of way. The middle section would be just like you're talking about if he bought the whole thing. Because right now, that doesn't have anything but to the right of way, that middle property doesn't own all the way to the road.
right, so no matter what, there's gonna be one non-conforming lot there until that road is designated a private drive.
Yeah, I don't know what that part there does, but I know that they can't change, if that's deeded in the deeds,
Yeah.
that right of way. It has to stay there no matter who owns that property. And I know it's called out because it shows up in the survey. It wouldn't show up in the survey if it wasn't there. So the reference is sad. The reference, just like the easement agreement for the well, there's someplace in her title that's gonna have that in there.
Right.
Because she owns it.
Yes.
So he has to reference that.
And you can see on that map too, there's little red circles. Those are the actual telephone poles. So I'm attempting to purchase right up to my side of the telephone.
Yeah, and that,
And then that still leaves 30 feet for that property with
yeah,
the hard pack road.
like I said, you could have technically gone all the way across because you can't change the right of way. But
It ends up being 0.203 acres.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost me about 12 grand to do it.
yeah, that's.
Yeah. Because of lawyers. fees,
Lawyer's fees are gonna,
resurvey
survey's gonna cost you more than anything, yeah. So you want a variance of 4 point,
Deborah wants.
Deborah.
Deborah want.
I'm acting as her agent.
Yeah, no, she wants the variance from the line to be as a variance from your existing barn of 4.6 feet.
Yeah,
Right.
got 4 feet, 6 inches, yeah.
No, 4.6 is different than 4.6, 4 feet, 6 inches.
Well, I thought you got 4.6 inches on there or something.
No, so this came up when Sheila and I were talking about this before.
4.6 would be 8 inches.
60% of 12.
Right.
So
So it's like,
Well, that's why we said point at inches.
Right.
Okay, so you're looking for a variance of 4.6
Yeah.
feet. Which is the less of the two, because the other one's even.
Yeah, the other one's like,
Oh.
I think it's 16 plus something
Yep.
from the line, so it's, that's why I want.
Yeah, that's where it gets confusing, because you think,
Because it's-
yeah,
it's
it's not the
tilted.
same.
Looks like 4.5.
Yeah.
It's actually square to the roadway, but the roadway is not square to the property.
Yeah.
The barn.
Yeah, that's,
So when you look at it coming down the driveway, it looks perfectly square, but it's not square to the property.
okay. I was just wondering where the numbers came from.
Yeah.
Eric, I must say, you presented me anyways with the most confusing variance request that I can remember.
Well, that's why I asked all the questions, 'cause
Yeah, it's kind of a mess, and I'm just kind of trying to do the right thing and get it back into
What
compliance.
happened to last month?
For the variance,
Yeah,
it was come to find out that I did not need the variance for the well because it's deeded and grandfathered from 1983.
No matter what, and
No
you
matter
can't
what,
issue a variance for something that already
But
exists.
originally, the planning board requested me to get that because the property line was moving.
but it doesn't matter who owns that because the well's deeded.
Right, it should have been deeded grandfathered forever. Now that we know.
And this went through the town attorney, Leslie. We did talk to Sheila about
Yes.
the previous one too.
I thought you had been consulted before that, to be honest with you, but I didn't know.
no, we spent quite a bit of time looking up to make sure what that was documented, because I said, this doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, the well has been off of my property since 83.
Yeah.
So,
We went back to the.
and the well sticks out into the right of way farther than the barn does.
Yeah.
So. So there's nothing that really,
Well, I remember when your case came up before, we were talking about that right away, and back in the 80s, they didn't have 50-foot right of ways, not like now.
yeah, just with the topography of my land, I had to put I've got 360 tons of fill underneath that garage.
But again,
360 tons underneath the garage.
but again, that's the owner's, if
Yeah.
you do it.
Yep.
I
That's how much.
I was just talking about the legal right of way
Yeah,
businesses. Because although this is an odd number, it's bigger than, way bigger than it had to be back then.
Mhm.
Right? Any more questions? I move we accept the application as it stands.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Can I get a motion to accept the variance?
I'll make the motion that we accept the variance as presented.
A second.
You're not gonna go through the,
This is.
Yes.
Remember. Yes, she's. Stuff, how is going to accept the thing, now he, yeah. Now he voted on the thing. Yeah.
it's that. And
Okay, whether the benefit can be achieved or other means feasible to the applicant, the other one would be to drive by more land. Under that will change the neighborhood character of nearby properties, not at all, because it's really, and access to the properties must be maintained. Whether subscription is substantial, not 4.6 feet is not. Whether the request has adverse physical or environmental effects, no, and whether the alleged difficulty is self-created. Part of it was, part of it's not. So I vote to approve the variance.
Linda,
Okey doke. Whether the benefit can be achieved by other means feasible to the applicant. I don't know how. Whether an undesirable change in the neighborhood character or the nearby properties, no. Whether the request is substantial, I don't believe so. Whether the request will have adverse physical or environmental effects, I don't think so. And whether the alleged difficulty is self-created, definitely not. I'm in favor of the variance.
Martin?
Whether the benefit can be achieved by other means feasible to the applicant. No, because he's just trying to correct a problem. Undesirable change in the neighborhood character or to nearby properties, no. Is the request substantial? No. Will the request have adverse physical or environmental impacts? No. Is the difficulty of the variance self-created? Yes. I approve the variance with the language in the deed about the right of way.
Jesse?
Whether benefit can be achieved by other means feasible, there is no benefit to the applicant, it's just substantive. Undesirable change in neighborhood character or to nearby properties, no, nothing physically changing. Whether the request is substantial. Wait, 4 feet is in that situation, whether the request will have adverse physical or environmental effects, no, nothing is physically changing. Whether the alleged difficulty is self-created. Barn was put in the wrong spot by the contractor and approved by the town to be there, so this was not self-created. And I vote to approve the variance.
So,
Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna close the public hearing. Favor?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to, go into executive session
get into.
to discuss some things, so we can turn that off.
Get into detail. Because
Because we're gonna have discussions, gonna include some past and present employees of the town.
Yes.
Turn that on.
Is Sheila still here?
No, I think she left.